What it do, guys? I guess I'm not going to have any music to start off the day. Yeah, I think I kind of fucked that. There we go. Okay. Finally, sorry about the technical difficulties. Before we get started, guys, go ahead and subscribe below and be sure to hit that motherfucking like button. Appreciate everyone listening to the show. It's just going to be me today. And we have a loaded show. There's so much to talk about, man. I'll go ahead and start it off with quarterback Sam Ehlinger, I think is how you say his name. He's going to start Sunday versus the Commanders. And I'm like, okay. All right. I actually like this. You know what's even crazier, dude? Matthew McConaughey actually went out and retweeted this man. Honestly, I got to go back and read what the tweet said because I completely forgot, man. But oh my Lord. I'm like, Matthew McConaughey? He's over here like, all right. I'm like, all right, Matthew. I didn't even know you liked the Colts, man. I don't even know if he likes the Colts. I think he just likes the kid. Matthew. I'll just say it like this. Matthew McConaughey. Much faster. Boom. Yeah. He said, made for the moment. Hashtag hook 'em. I can't wait. Honestly, I was getting really, really upset watching Matt Ryan. We'll talk about Matt Ryan a little bit later today. He's got an injury. But going into the season, in my impression, I thought he was going to be an upgrade over Carson Wentz. I've come to that realization, and I kind of realized that like week 4. He's not much better than Carson Wentz. They're the same goddamn person. Literally, it just like Carson Wentz wants to kill himself literally on every single play, and I can't take that roller coaster of emotions. But then you have Matt Ryan, who just literally gives the ball to the other team, and that's also putting me through a roller coaster of emotions. So it's the same thing, dude. And I'd rather have a young kid do that because then you don't really know what to expect from this kid. He has time to progress and get better. There's people out there comparing him to other types of quarterbacks and saying like he's like John Harbaugh and stuff like that. Like I would love to see that. But this kid's never played a snap in the NFL. This is very significant though. I need everyone to understand this. I mean, you have to realize like when quarterbacks you've never even heard of out of nowhere come and start for someone like Patrick Mahomes, for example. They shipped off Alex Smith or didn't sign him or traded him. I forgot what they did with him. And they just rolled with Patrick Mahomes. I feel like when certain coaches realize, like as Frank Wright, he has this entire season ahead of him, and that's it. After this season, it's not guaranteed. So I don't think Ursa usually fires anyone in the middle of the season. Usually waits it out, and then he fires him at the end of the season. So to save this man's season, I think he realized, dude, Matt Ryan's not it. He's like, I thought he was. He thought maybe because of the Jaguars game last week, he's like, okay, we're back, we're here, and then we're not, and then we were absolutely atrocious again. It looked just like the Denver Broncos game we just watched a few weeks ago when the Colts went against them. It's just like, dude, again, like, come on. And honestly, I'm sick of the quarterback carousel. We can actually go over that right now. Let me show you guys. This is all the quarterbacks that have come into the Colts organization over the last couple of years. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this is the 7th starting quarterback under head coach Frank Reich since 2018. We've had Andrew Luck, Jacoby Brissett, Brian Hoyer, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, and now Sam Ehlinger. I really do miss Andrew Luck, man. I really do. Like, I don't know what it is. Why? I wish we had that man still. That dude was a generational quarterback. He was great. He did a lot for our organization. It sucks that we couldn't actually draft an offensive line or sign one to keep him around a little bit longer. Another stat I wanted to show you guys is how much we've paid for the quarterback position, how much we've actually failed. Like it's pretty atrocious. Hold on. Oh, here it is. So since 2018, Andrew Luck, $18 million. Jacoby Brissett, $760,000. Brad Kai, don't even know who that is, $555,000. Jacoby Brissett, $14 million. Andrew Luck, $12 million. Brian Hoyer, $5 million. Chad Kelly, $268,000. Philip Rivers, $25 million. Jacoby Brissett, $15 million. Eason, $1.3. Brian Hoyer, about $1 million. Carson Wentz, $21 million. Sam Ehlinger, $709. Brett Hundley, $572. This year, Matt Ryan, $24 million. Nick Foles, 2.6, and Sam Ehlinger, 825. And we're going to have this dead cap too for Matt Ryan next season. So we either going to cut him after this season, or is he going to stay on to the season and mentor him? Because we have Nick Foles for that to kind of I have no idea what to expect out of this situation. And I do feel bad for Matt Ryan. Like, he's a great quarterback, and he was. But there's been rumors and some talk that he can't make the throws downfield. I didn't see very many throws downfield, so it kind of makes me confirm that. He just, man, like turning the ball over so much, like throwing stupid interceptions, like when he should literally just take the sack or throw it away. It's like the same thing with Carson Wentz, like they're already deep in their careers, I feel like, where they can't be taught anything different. I feel like they've been molding Sam Ehlinger to be the quarterback that they want for their offense over the last, 2 years? I think is what it was. It might have been 3 years, but I think it's 2 years. But finally, this man's going to start. We can see what he's going to do. He did really good in the preseason. I think this might elevate Pittman and Paris Campbell and Alec Pierce and maybe Jelani Woods. Maybe get him involved now. Mole Alley Cox. I mean, we can see some of these guys start to flourish a little bit. Maybe go back to the running game, because now we have the option to do RPOs. For those who don't know what that is, that's run pass option. And you can't really do that with Matt Ryan. I mean, is he going to run with the ball? No, I mean, he literally tried in that last game, and it just looks like he was running in slow motion. Sam Ehlinger is pretty fucking fast. They're saying that his legs look like refrigerators, which is insane. So when you got that, I don't think he's going to be getting tackled much. He might be breaking a lot of tackles from what it seems like. And apparently he knows how to throw a deep ball. We have a lot to expect from this man. I'm excited to see what he has to bring to the table and what's going to go on with him. Let's see. But yeah, we'll come back to Ehlinger and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that and just say I'm really excited to see him this weekend. I'm glad that we're changing it now. I mean, we're 3-3-1. We're one game out of the AFC South. We could still turn this around and win our division. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not even worried about like playoffs or the championship or the Super Bowl. I'm just worried about winning our division, because we haven't done that in a long time, man. And I mean, we have one more division game, and I think that's towards the end of the season. Might even be the end of the season. And I know the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Texans, they all got to fight each other over the next couple of weeks. So that might help us in a way. But we've already got all that stuff out of the way. It sucks that we got bodied by the Titans twice now. We haven't won in there since like 2020. Maybe we'll figure it out next year. But if Sam Ehlinger can start, getting us a spark in our offense to actually get us to win some games and get it going, maybe we might have something. But that offensive line needs to get it figured out, because we are absolutely atrocious right now. Our defense is doing pretty good, though. Let's see. Okay. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. He was talking about his concussion. He said he was unconscious and he doesn't remember the hit. I feel like he just doesn't want to answer questions, so that was just an answer that he gave, honestly, in my opinion. But, maybe he doesn't remember because he was out there for a while. And, man, that was just so bad. I don't know, man, but I do feel like for someone who doesn't want to answer questions around that and put anyone, call anyone out, I feel like that was the appropriate answer that he had to give. Like, I feel like that was what everyone would put everybody at ease, I guess. DeAndre Hopkins came back, and he played pretty well. He had 10 receptions on 10 targets for 103 yards. He was balling out for our fantasy team over in Waddle Vision. That's the league I am in with Danny. I think he put up like 20 points. So that was good to see him back. He had a huge target share immediately. Rondale Moore was non-existent. I think he had like one catch. So he's pretty much gone now. I mean, you got Robbie Anderson over there. I think he's going to start to learn a little bit more and get more involved in that offense the more he has to learn. So we'll see. That's more what more they can expect. But I feel like now that DeAndre Hopkins back, Kyler Murray can kind of, be a little bit better in fantasy and on the field too as well, like in real life, because he actually has this guy he can go to on third downs. And I know they have Marquise Brown out for a few weeks. Once he comes back, I think it's like 6 weeks. So we got like 5 more weeks left. Once he comes back, if they can keep winning games until then they're going to have 2 dual threats once he comes back, which is going to be great. So look out for that in the future. Wide receiver Elijah Moore is very frustrated with his role and usage. He's asked for a trade, but the team says, no, we're not fucking trading you, man. You can sit down and be suspended, actually. I think that's what they did, suspended him for a game. I think he was like some disagreements in practice or something like that. Not sure what's up with that, but hopefully Elijah Moore gets that situation figured out quickly, so that way, he can get back on the field and producing and doing what he loves to do. The 49ers traded away, they traded for running back Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers are getting a second-round pick in 2023, a third-round pick in 2023, and a fourth-round pick in 2023, plus a fifth-rounder in 2024. So that's a huge haul for the Panthers. That gets them a lot of stuff back. And honestly, from what that looks like, it doesn't matter because they have Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard. And Foreman performed pretty well in his absence. It looks like they didn't even need Christian McCaffrey. They kind of figured out how to do it. DJ Moore was back and doing great. P.J. Walker responded on. And this was against the Bucs defense. Those are no pushovers. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was just a bad day for the Bucs, but are the Panthers back? We'll figure it out how they go forward. But I feel like that was a spark for them. I feel like people saw them trading away Christian McCaffrey. Maybe everyone thought, the Panthers, they're tanking now. And these guys took that personally. And they're like, dude, no, we're not. Like, we're not tanking at all. We came here to win. So I think that's what they're trying to go out there and do. And I think P.J. Walker is going to be the starter. We'll talk about that later on today too as well. Todd Gurley has announced his retirement. Also, before we talk about Todd Gurley, I wanted to say Christian McCaffrey is like the first running back the Niners have had since Frank Gore in 2014 that would be a 1,000-yard rusher. They haven't had that in so long. So I think this is what they're hoping that they get this year from Christian McCaffrey. But Todd Gurley, he announced his retirement. He used to play for the Rams and the Falcons. He's a 2-time All-Pro. And he announced on an interview with NFL Network's Andrew Siciliano that he'd be retiring from football. That man was a beast. He played exceptionally. He actually helped me dominate a championship in Denny's league one time that he had. It's actually the league that's mine now. It's my hidden talent league. I actually took it over. But when I first joined that league, it was an 8-man league. And I don't know how they allowed me to get the team that I had, but my team was so dominant. It was insane. I only lost 1 game the entire year. And I was just like, that's like the best I've ever gotten. That's why I'm always trying to get my undefeated record. I'm not undefeated in any leagues. I got to try again next year. But Todd Gurley, absolute monster. I'm glad that I got to see him play in the NFL. Now, I want to bring something to some people's attentions. I think these divisions should be changed around. Here's why. You got the Indianapolis Colts, then the Tennessee Titans, Jaguars, and the Houston Texans division. Why is Jacksonville in this division, or Houston? Why is even Indiana even in this division? Honestly, you can just take Indiana out, and then honestly, you should probably put them in the AFC North. Look at that right there. Pittsburgh, Ohio, take out the Baltimore Ravens, and put the Colts in there. And then take Baltimore and put them over here, in this division, or Buffalo Bills, New York Jets, I think New York. I think that's in New Jersey is where they play. Buffalo, obviously, is in Buffalo. And then take the Miami Dolphins out and put them in the Colts division. Okay, why? Because there's Jacksonville Jaguars, who are down in Florida. You also have Miami Dolphins down in Florida. And then you'll have the Houston Texans, which aren't too far from there. And then you have the Tennessee Titans over there in Nashville. Like that's none of those teams are that far from each other. Like that'd be a lot better for them. Colts would be a lot better in this division. Baltimore Ravens would be a lot better in this division. I mean, that's Baltimore, Maryland. It's a lot closer to these types of guys over here. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. I feel like these are all right. Kind of. Maybe the Chiefs, maybe. Yeah, this division's fucked up too. You got Denver Broncos. Maybe not. Maybe not. This one's a little bit better, honestly. But yeah, like that'd be some shit that I would move around. I just wanted to bring that to some people's attentions, man. I think there are some other things I want to do in this division too. Like some of this shit doesn't make sense. Like New York, nowhere near Dallas. Honestly. Let's see. Got Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Yeah, these are kind of good. New Orleans Saints, Carolina, Atlanta Falcons. They're a Florida team. I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to change around those few. I was just seeing that the other day, and I was like, why in the world has no one ever said anything about these things before? But whatever. Just my take on it. I feel like the NFL should switch their divisions around because they're already talking about it last week, talking about expanding and getting newer teams. If they do that, they're going to have to switch the divisions around because no one wants to fly from London or Germany or wherever the hell they're going to have it from to all the way across, I don't know, to maybe Seattle or something like that. Like, that's far as fuck, dude. And also, how long should it take for a rookie quarterback? Like, how many games should they have to play or years? Like, how long should a quarterback play as a rookie before we call it quits? Like, before we just say, you know what, this guy's trash, you know? Do we wait the whole season? Do you think 17 games is enough to see whether you think this quarterback will be good or not? I think it could take more because, you know, Peyton Manning was opposite. He threw, the most interceptions of all time in his very first season. And then in the next season, he started doing exceptionally well. Maybe it takes 2 seasons. Overall, I think realistically 3 seasons. I think, in my opinion, you should be able to see if you guys have started for 3 years and there really hasn't been no progress in 3 years, get rid of them, you know, or ship them off somewhere else. I think what it took Josh Allen about 3 years in the NFL to figure it out. I think Patrick Mahomes didn't figure out about how to read defenses until like his 3rd season or his 2nd season or like his 2nd season starting essentially. Yeah, I think it takes about at least 3 seasons, honestly, in my opinion. Someone asked me that question. Just wanted to answer that for you. I think it takes about 3 seasons. After 3 seasons, you kind of already know what you got, and boom, there you go. Like Jacoby Brissett's almost there, man. I mean, he's pretty much almost got 2 seasons under his belt, or 3 seasons. He might have 3 seasons, I think. I know he started a whole season with the Colts one time. He started some games over there in Miami, I believe, and he's starting a season over here in Cleveland. So we kind of got about 2 to 3 years out of him. We kind of know what he is now. He should be doing better. I mean, the Cleveland Browns have a much better offense. They got Kareem Hunt over there, Nick Chubb. They got Amari Cooper, Donald Peoples-Jones. They got some goons over there, man. They had Njoku as a tight end. He just got injured, guys, by the way. But yeah. By playing at least 60% of the snaps, and because the Commanders won, quarterback Tyler Heinicke has earned himself $125,000 as an incentive today, or not today, but at the time of that tweet. A huge team win and a boost to his bank account. And I'll show you guys the tweet real quick. I actually didn't mean to bring that up. I just actually meant to click on the tweet. But yeah, if you go to @Field Yates, by playing at least 60% of the snaps, this dude won $125,000, and it's a boost for him, man, honestly. But he's about to get his ass whooped when he comes to the Colts on Sunday because Sam Ehlinger is going to come at you, bro. He's coming for you. Also, is there a quarterback controversy out there now? Because if you think about it, what if Taylor Heinicke just starts coming out here and say he starts killing it? So even though that they're losing, he is just absolutely killing it. Or say that he just starts killing it, like not just killing it, but winning games too as well. Are they going to let Carson Wentz start, or are they just going to be like, you know what? If we're winning games with Taylor Heinicke, I think we're just going to roll with him. And then does Carson Wentz get traded again? Does he get dropped? Does anyone pick him up? Does he instantly just become a backup? Like, what happens? I think there's another quarterback controversy out there in Washington. We're going to figure it out as the next few games go on because Carson Wentz is out for 4 to 6 weeks. Heinicke played one game, and he beat the fucking Packers, and no one expected that. I mean, that was pretty crazy. Now he's going against the Colts. Colts have a good defense, but I mean, honestly, I think they could probably win. Sam Ehlinger has never played a game in the NFL before, so something's about to be afoot. But we're about to figure it out. We will see. We will see. There's another quarterback controversy: Bailey Zapp or Mac Jones. Last night we were watching the game. Mac Jones was in for a while, and there wasn't much to show for it. And then out of nowhere, I get a tweet from Ian Rappaport. Bailey Zapp's in for the New England Patriots, and Mac Jones is benched. And what did he do when he first came in? He threw a touchdown pass, man, on his very first drive of himself coming in. He did throw some interceptions in the game. So it was up and down for Bailey Zapp too as well, man. But I mean, for the most part, he looks like he gives that team more life, more juice. I don't know what's going on with Mac Jones. Maybe he'll figure it out. But if they just roll with Bailey Zapp, does Mac Jones get traded? Danny texted me yesterday when he was watching the game. He was like, "What about Mac Jones to the Colts?" I don't know if I want to see that. I'd rather see Sam Ehlinger play. If Sam Ehlinger is crap and absolutely horrible, then yeah, let's bring Mac Jones to the Colts. Let's see what he can do, man. There's just so much going on in the NFL right now. It's just insane. So many quarterback controversies. Usually don't get that. Like, usually you just got you're still trying to find your quarterback and you're trying them out for a whole season or something like that. Usually you don't have some other guy coming in and outperforming the guy that you thought you was going to take you to the playoffs, you know? I just want to make sure all this is good. And bring that back. Okay. Tom Brady has a losing record for the first time through 7 games since 2002. That's insane. So this man's been playing for 20 years. I mean, or for the last 20 years, this man has not had a losing record. And this is the first time he's had a losing record in the very first 7 of these games. Is Tom Brady going to turn it around? I don't know. Usually I always say, I can't doubt Brady or Bill Belichick. Those two guys usually figure it out. And then here we are at the end of the season, like, Tom Brady's in the playoffs. Bill Belichick's in the playoffs. It's usually how it is every single season, usually. But there is a time where Father Time does catch up to you. And I don't know if he's regretting that, whether he came back out of retirement or if they're going to figure it out and turn it around. But right now it is not looking good for the Buccaneers, man. Like they just look terrible. Just like the Colts do. The Colts look terrible. The Packers look terrible. Those are teams I thought were looking good, or that were supposed to be looking good on paper coming into the season. They're not looking good at all. But if it's anything I've learned in the past, I feel like Tom Brady will figure it out. Somehow they'll make the playoffs. Do I think they'll win the playoffs? Don't know. It's always a new story once you make the playoffs, but I think he'll figure it out. There is a close-up pic of an ant. You guys are like, what? What are you talking about? Here, let me show you. So on Facebook, this is a very close-up picture of an ant. For the first time ever in history, the clear photograph of an ant is released, and that's how it looks. The very same insect roaming inside your house, garden, and everywhere. This close-up portrait of an ant was clicked by photographer. I don't know how you say his name. Not even going to actually try to pronounce it because I know I will botch it. Eugenius. Eugenius, maybe, I don't know. And he won a prize for the capture at the 2022 Nikon Small World Micrography. The competition was magnified 5 times under a microscope, but look how creepy that looks. That is insanely, like, that's scary. That's terrifying. Honestly, I want to see a scary movie about ants now. Now that we've seen this photo, we have to see a movie about ants, maybe some like gigantic ants or something like that, because that's fucking terrifying. That's probably the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, man. That's more scary than a spider. I want to see a close-up picture of a spider, man, and then I'll make my decision, because I think this looks scarier. I see spiders all the time, and I'm killing these motherfuckers, but dude, these ants, I don't pay them too mind. If they're on the inside of my house, you're dying. Usually, if you're on the outside of my house, it's a different story. I'm leaving you alone. But when you're on the outside and you're a spider, I'm usually smacking you. Like, I don't want spiders near me at all. So, man, that thing was just terrifying. Just random. It was just random. I'm sorry. I just want to show you guys that. But Green Bay Packers are 10.5 underdogs at Buffalo in Week 8. Aaron Rodgers has never been a double-digit underdog ever in his NFL career, honestly. This man has just been pure excellence for decades. And now he is not. And again, we were just talking about Tom Brady. Is he going to turn it around? Is it father time caught up to Aaron Rodgers? No, I don't think so, because Aaron Rodgers himself has just come off back-to-back MVPs. So that technically means he was in his prime. And usually when you're prime, you're still good the next year after. So I think he'll get it figured out. They have a lot of injuries at wide receiver right now. Allen Lazard's got an injury right now. Sammy Watkins literally just came back from an injury. She just needs some other guys to step up, like Romeo Doubs. He is a rookie, so we'll see what he can do. He didn't do good last week, but maybe now that Allen Lazard's out, he'll get some more targets, maybe he'll step up a little bit more. Maybe Sammy Watkins gets some more rapport with Aaron Rodgers, but I don't feel like he's had every single wide receiver that he's needed on the field with him at the same time at all or at any point during the season. But I feel like they're going to figure it out. They got Aaron Jones a little bit more involved in the passing game this time, which is pretty good. I like to see more of that. Maybe get some A.J. Dillon some more work too in the passing game. Make them both wide receivers, since you don't have any. You know that they're going to catch it. We shall see. I honestly want to see if they can figure it out, but it's crazy because the Bears just won last night. They won against the Patriots. Justin Fields came out on the field and just kind of took over, man, and was running for first downs, and Bears just never looked back, man. Defense dominated, just really embarrassed the Patriots. So, I have no idea what teams are. I don't know if the Bears are good now and the Packers are terrible and the Vikings are really good. What is going on? I have no idea. It is so wild right now. And then some crazy things happened. The NFL was reviewing an incident involving side judge Jeff Lamberth and line judge Tripp Sutter. Apparently what happened, you'll see a video. I'll share it right now. Just looks really suspect. So sometimes you think hey, you don't want anyone cheating. But this is what happened. Yeah, it looks really suspect. The league has come out and said that Mike Evans was actually just getting golfing lessons. He was talking with those two. One of the judges knows somebody that can give him golfing lessons, and the judge wanted to get Mike Evans' number. He didn't have anything to write on anything at the time, so he borrowed something from the other judge and had Mike put his number on that piece of paper. I don't know if I buy that, honestly. I feel like maybe that was a good thing that they just saw because they saw the video footage or something like that. But I don't know. I guess it puts everybody else's mind at ease. They did get blown out, so you never want to see if someone's paying the refs or they're cheating, because the refs aren't supposed to be getting memorabilia. They're supposed to be, instilling that integrity to the game. I'm kind of glad that didn't happen. Shit, man. Let's see. All right, injury report. And it's a long one, and it's a sad one. Breece Hall, torn ACL and meniscus, out for season. Devastating. It is literally devastating. I'm so sad. I'm pissed because I had him in 2 leagues. He's been doing great, starting off great. I know Jets fans were so excited. They're like, "Oh my God, we got a running back. We got a guy." And he was just killing it. And then we're like, all right, I guess we're going to have Michael Carter now. Carter's going to be the one, toting the rock. Nope, James Robinson just got shaded from the Jacksonville Jaguars to the Jets. So he's probably just going to take about a week or two to get into that role, and then he's going to take over. So right now, ride Michael Carter for the moment. He'll help you for this week. But I'm telling you right now, once James Robinson learns that playbook, he'll be an RB1 going forward. So whoever has James Robinson, you lucked out. Maybe you didn't drop him yet. Smart move. David Njoku, he suffered a high ankle sprain, and it will not require surgery, but he's expected to be sidelined for about 2 to 5 weeks. That's unfortunate. I had him in I've been in 2 leagues, but one of the leagues I have Kyle Pitts too as well, so I didn't need David, but I've been using him because he's been doing good. But the other one, I definitely needed David, and I don't have one. So J.C. Jackson suffered a ruptured patellar tendon, and he's out for the season. Browns starting linebacker Jacob Phillips tore his pec, and now he will likely need season-ending surgery. Mike Williams suffered a high ankle sprain and will miss some time. I had him in 2 leagues. Offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker will miss the rest of the season with a torn triceps. New guy, Giants tight end Daniel Bellinger. He was coming on pretty strong these last couple of weeks. He suffered a fracture around the eye socket and septum. He may require surgery. There's no timeline at this time for him. DK Metcalf has had a little scare. He won't need surgery. He got a good report. He hurt his patellar bone. We're going to see if he's going to practice on Wednesday. This is something I would monitor if you guys are in fantasy football right now. Make sure that you check up on him throughout the week. And if you need a wide receiver to pick up, I pick up like Paris Campbell. If people are using like a fab budget or anything like that, depending on how you're going to prioritize, if you really need a wide receiver, you don't. I mean, I'd put anywhere from like $2 to, I don't know, $6 for him, I guess. I don't know if you really need one, but yeah. Another wide receiver. I'll talk about some other ones here, but I'll look at my rankings. Let's see. Also, 49ers running back, fullback Kyle, I don't know how you say his last name. He underwent finger surgery today, and he's expected to miss Sunday's game versus the Rams. Wait a minute. I think that was yesterday, actually. Colts quarterback is nursing a sprained soldier. Colts quarterback Matt Ryan is nursing a sprained shoulder. Soldier. I can't believe I said that. Unbelievable. Again, I was talking about him earlier with Sam Ehlinger. Like, maybe this is just something that they said that he had, so that way it doesn't look as bad or anything like that. But they said that they're benching Matt Ryan the rest of the season, no matter what. So I kind of feel like this is like such disrespect to Matt Ryan. I know he came to the Colts, maybe trying to hope to win another Super Bowl. It didn't work out that way. It doesn't look like apparently he can throw the ball deep enough. It's just nothing but the short game. Everyone's starting to game plan again. They're just preventing the short game passes, and they're stopping the run because that's all they have to do. They just have one safety who sits really back in the field, and they have everybody else up close and whatnot, man. Like, you just see it on most defenses that have been facing us lately. They don't really have to account for much, but now they have Sam in there. He's going to be a dual threat. He's got the run game with him, and he's also going to be throwing the ball too as well. We shall see how it plays out. We shall see. But I'm sorry, Matty Ice. P.J. Walker is going to be the starter on Sunday. Steve Wilkes, he's the interim coach. He told reporters. He said that even if the others are healthy, like Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold, nope, still going to be P.J. Walker. Says he's earned it. So this man went from being an XFL quarterback. I mean, he used to be on the Colts. I was used to root for him. He was playing with us for a while. He bounced around, I think. I think he was on the Panthers and then got released. And then he Went to the XFL. He's playing with the XFL, and he's actually doing pretty good over there. I mean, but it's XFL. Then obviously that got dissolved in 2020. Then he came back over to the NFL, and now look at him. He's a starting quarterback on the Panthers. Now that I'm thinking about this, guys, I'm starting to think the Colts are really good at like talent and scouting, because you're starting to see other players that used to be on the Colts on other people's teams as starters. Right now, Jacoby Brissett used to be a quarterback for the Colts. He's a starter for the Cleveland Browns right now. P.J. Walker, starter for the Carolina Panthers right now. You got Matt Eberflus, who's a head coach for the Chicago Bears. You got Nick Sirianni, who's the head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, who's next? I mean, Frank Reich got a tree growing right now. I mean, there's some players branched out to other teams and things like that. I mean, I don't know, man. I've seen a lot, man. It's pretty cool. Also, Raiders defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins, he got traded from. You got traded to the Cowboys for a 2023 sixth and a 2024 seventh round pick. And then I think that's about it as far as all the news that I have for the day. I am going to go over a few things as far as picks for week 8. Let's see. I'm going to go to DraftKings. So Denny was absolutely atrocious last week. He's 4-10. For week 7, I am 8-6. So I'm doing a little bit good. Danny didn't give me his picks this week, so we're going to skip him for week 7. I'm going to give you my picks for week 8. Maybe I'll get Danny's and I'll just compare him. You guys just won't know his. Okay. Okay. Thursday night's football game. You got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Honestly, from what I've seen, I mean, lately I've been I just been going with what I've seen in the past, but now I just got to go with the eye test and what I've seen lately. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not been good, so I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens -1.5. All right. On Sunday, it's Denver Broncos versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Honestly, I don't know. Let's see. I'm going Jaguars, man. The Broncos have not looked good either. I mean, the Jaguars have looked at least somewhat decent. So we got Steelers versus Eagles. Steelers have not looked good. I feel like Mike Tomlin's going to have his first losing season. But I'm going with Eagles, -10.5. Wow, that's a lot of points. Still going to go with them. You got Chicago Bears versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going Cowboys. I think they can cover. -9. All right, you got Miami Dolphins versus the Detroit Lions. I'm going Dolphins. To his second game back, he'll get it figured out. I'm definitely going to beat them by 3.5 points. Arizona Cardinals versus the Vikings. Honestly, I'm going to surprise some people. I'm going to say Cardinals +4. Let's see, we got Patriots versus the New York Jets. Jets have looked really good lately. I'm going to go with the Jets again. +1.5. You got Raiders versus Saints. God damn, this is a good one. I'm gonna go Saints +2. Oh yeah, Danny just texted me. All right. Panthers or Falcons? I'm going to go with P.J. Walker, guys. Panthers. Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Let me look at the Texans' last few games, honestly. Let's see. Think. Houston Texans schedule. They haven't played. They're gonna have to play them. Okay. 13-6, 20-38, 34-24, 20-23, 20-27. I'm going Titans. I don't even know why I had to think about that one. Titans -2. Giants versus Seahawks. Oof, that's going to be a good game. Let me look at both their schedules. I keep down the fucking Giants, and they keep proving me wrong. Same thing with the Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks schedule. Let's see. They play the Cardinals. They've beat the Chargers. They've beat the... Maybe that. What about the Giants? New York Giants schedule. Oh, they beat the Ravens, Packers. Bears looked good. Lost the Cowboys. Panthers, they beat the Titans. They beat the Bengals. I'm going to go with the fucking Giants. Giants +3. Yeah, Commanders versus Colts. Gonna go with my Colts, man. Gonna see what happens. -3. I don't know how we're -3. What the hell? You guys disrespect toward Taylor Heinicke. 49ers versus the Rams. I'm going 49ers. I think the Rams are kind of garbage now. No, what is it? 49ers -1.5. And then we have Packers versus Buffalo Bills. Yep, you already know Bills -11. And then lastly, we have the Bengals versus the Browns. I'm going Bengals 3.5. Okay. I will just tell you guys, I guess, what his picks are next week. You guys just won't have Danny's picks, but he's been absolutely atrocious lately, so I don't know if I would take his advice. He's been 4-10, 7-7, 6-8-2, 4-10-2, and 6-9. He's had a losing record the entire time. I've been 9-6, 7-7-2. Then I had a losing one, 6-8-2, then 8-6, 8-6, and hopefully this week I'm undefeated. I've been getting a little better, so. Cool. We shall see. Alrighty. Stop sharing. Also, by the way, I think I'm gonna start talking to you guys about UFC too as well. I mean, I know I have talked to you guys about it in like 1 or 2 shows in the past, but I stopped doing it for a while. I went undefeated this week in 3-0. And if I had talked to you guys about it, the fights beforehand, maybe you guys could have had a better understanding of where my mind process was leading up into it. But man, Sean O'Malley killed it. He went out there and he performed very well. There were a lot of people out there saying that he did not deserve to win and that Peter Yan got robbed. They do have good arguments there. Peter Yan got a lot more significant strikes, and he had 6 takedowns. He had a lot more ground control time, and I think I think if it went his way, I wouldn't contest it and say that he didn't win. So maybe Sean O'Malley got lucky there, but I do think Sean O'Malley did go out there and perform and did very, very, very well. But he won the championship, so it's whatever. I mean, he won it, or not the championship, but he won. So it's yeah, you get it, you get it. And then I wanted Islam to win. I thought Charles was going to win. But I was rooting for Islam, and I put in a bet in for it. So it's like, all right, bet. And Islam won. Like, he came out there and he did his thing. So I'm like, wow. So it gives me even more confidence now. And then who was the other guy that I voted for? Oh, Sterling. I knew Sterling was going to win no matter what. Like that, I don't like Dillashaw. Dislike that man. So yeah, 3-0. It's pretty killer. Pretty proud about all that stuff. So I'm gonna start doing more of that. I'm gonna have my cousin Chris on here soon, and we're gonna be talking about basketball here again. So I'll be getting some more basketball news in here. The World Series is on right now. You got Philadelphia Phillies versus the Houston Astros. I want the Philadelphia Phillies to win since they are the only team I like that's left, because I don't like the Houston Astros. I got Kyle Schwarber on that team. He's from IU. I want to see him do some things, and you got Bryce Harper. He was on my fantasy team this year. So I kind of hope that those guys win. So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it all I got today. I'll be talking to you guys about some more stuff. I got some changes. Your boy got a brand new logo. So the logo up here on the top, that's going to be changing here soon. You won't see that. I got some changes. They're coming. Show's going to be turned into a business here soon. I can't wait. But appreciate everybody listening to the show. If you guys have any questions about fantasy, about anything, I will always answer them on my next show. You just ask me them. If you guys if you want to know for that specific day, I'll let you know on that day. I just want to hear you guys' feedback. Make sure you guys subscribe below. We're at 110 subscribers right now. We only need 90 more subscribers to hit 200. So show us some love. Also, be sure to hit that like button, and be sure to follow me on Twitter, man, at Dougherty_show. Yeah, let's get this going, guys. It's a lot of good changes coming here, so I'm really, really, really happy. So thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Deuces.